WIBTA for not reminding my wife it's my birthday. I've been married for 6 years and I love my wife dearly. However, there's been a disconnect between us. I feel like I'm more invested in our relationship than she is. I'm always the first to apologize when we argue, always the one to press issues so we can talk, and the one who typically bends so we can find balance. Today is my birthday and so far it's like she has no idea. We went through the normal motions this morning, talked about our day, and she asked if we can grab takeout tonight from her favorite place, so she's clearly forgot. I'm not someone who makes a big deal about things like birthdays, but also I guess I'd like to have it acknowledged. I'd like that reassurance that I matter to people. I mean, I feel kinda invisible in my own life sometimes and I just want to know people care. I guess I'd like to know if I'm a priority to her. To see if she even would acknowledge my birthday if I don't prompt her. I mean, I took her out for hers, got her gifts she loved, etc. I'm just curious if I would even hear the 2 words if I didn't say anything. WIBTA if I continue to go through today without telling her? Edit. I mean, she isn't a terrible wife. Normally things are good between us, but it's just lately it feels like there's a disconnect and I'm not really sure how to address it. She has a history with trauma, so her communication isn't great and often just assumes I should know things she's thinking or make the same connections she does. I don't really know how to address that, I guess. Does wife has a habit to forget things? No, not really. She has a history of hating her own birthday and tries to avoid it, so I kind of have to dance around that to show that I care. Maybe she downplays mine because she hates her own? Update. So yesterday was my birthday and I was under the impression that my wife had forgotten. I got all up in my head questioning a lot of things in our marriage. My wife had earlier mentioned getting fast food from one of her favorite places and it made me think that my birthday wasn't even on her radar. Well, following the advice I received, I didn't say anything to her. I went to pick her up from work and give her her keys. We're at one car between us because mine is in the shop, and everything played out as normal. However, instead of going to Crushed Red like she had mentioned, we pulled up at my favorite Mexican restaurant that we only go to on special occasions. Over the course of one massive burrito and some deep margaritas, we got to talking. She said it was really hard to not say anything, but she wanted to surprise me. I told her how I had felt and she was immediately apologetic. She blamed herself and I told her she had nothing to apologize for. She was trying to surprise me and I could have remedied everything by just communicating. We talked about our relationship a bit and had a good night. She asked me what I'd like to do and I just wanted a simple night, so we went home and watched a movie together I'd been trying to get her to see, The Raid, Redemption, which she actually really liked. All in all, it was a good night and a lot of my fears were misguided. I felt like I owed you guys an update after so many of you reached out yesterday. Hope you all have a good day. Edit. I mean, to be fair to her, we spent most of that day working. We currently work in the same building, and she didn't have a whole lot of time to do/say much. I was stuck working and spiraling a bit for several hours. She was looking to surprise me with it after we got off work. Honestly, she really is good to me. I was in an abusive relationship for years before her, and ever since I've been on high alert for red flags to keep from having it happen again. This leads to me sometimes seeing things in a more jaded light than they need to be. She really is great, and while communication isn't perfect sometimes, we both really try. I mean, I did my best to not let on how I was feeling. I think if I had been more honest about it, she would have definitely responded. She wasn't being deliberately hurtful, it was an oversight and bad communication. She just wanted to surprise me, and to be fair, she did. Yeah, we both have past trauma and it leads to us both being people pleasers. That makes communication hard sometimes, but we both really try our best at it. I know her well enough to know her tells. She was being genuine. Plus, this place is the kind of place you need to get a reservation. It gets crazy busy at night. She had already booked us a table. This was planned. Honestly, she is doing a lot. With my car being in the shop, she's driving us both to work even though I am scheduled an hour before she is. She just chills for an hour to help me out. I also probably would have gotten more attention, etc., if I hadn't been dismissive. I played it off like it was fine and gave short answers to her messages. This was mainly on me and not communicating well.